Hey guys, what's up? Grief here, and welcome back to some more videos, and welcome back to their WWE video. I did not plan on making another WWE video this soon, because I didn't think there would be much else to talk about. But a few days ago, there was a big update that happened, and so I got to get back on here and talk about it for y'all. WWE announced recently that they are going to be, in 2026, in January, moving all their PLEs to ESPN. It's an app. It's, a streaming service. And you can either buy the pay-per-views separately for, I think, $30 a piece, or you can buy the premium package, which is $40 a month plus tax. And with this happening, and with everything happening recently with WWE, it gave me a lot to think about, because I've always given this company the benefit of the doubt, and there's been highs and lows, there's been ups and downs, and no matter what happens with WWE moving forward, I can always say that I appreciate the talent, the wrestlers that work there, the wrestlers that are just, putting their lives on the line, the talent going out there and doing the best they can with what they have. And no matter how good or bad the leadership team is in WWE, they continuously rise to the occasion and have the best matches they can. But I'm tired of WWE as of recently, this whole freaking year, and even last year, has just been doing a lot of weird, shady things. And there's a lot of corruption going on with WWE right now. Whereas in the past, at least, my main concern with WWE was just bad booking. Like, I was like, okay, these stories suck. I'm not a fan of this creative. The booking was terrible, so I took a break. This is a little bit different, because not only do I think the booking is terrible right now, I think that the way that they are conducting business, whether you want to say it's WWE or TKO, whatever, whoever is in charge of these decisions, so most likely TKO, I'm tired of supporting this. I'm tired of supporting something so corrupt and so two-faced. I'm tired of being lied to. I'm tired of being told that these things would be the best things you're ever going to see, and they end up being advertisements and, nothing stories or crappy stories. And WWE just doesn't have any spectacle anymore. And creatively speaking, even though, yes, I do think creatively the company has lost it too, that's not the reason why I most likely am stepping away from WWE. Which I will get into that in a minute. This is probably going to be a bit of a longer video, because I have a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to cover, and I have a lot to just say. But, there's been times in WWE's past where I've taken breaks, whether it's just from exhaustion of watching it so much, or just the creative was so bad that I was like, okay, when it looks better and it's more interesting, then I'll come back. In this instance, I'm not sure if it's going to be getting any better. I think WWE that we know it is about to make some changes. And they already have. There's already been plenty of changes, but I think there's a lot more changes to come for the bad, for the worse. I think there's a lot of things that are about to happen with this company over the next few years at least that are going to be showing more and more people that WWE and TKO... Look, first of all, WWE is not in charge of itself. I said that in the last video. They do not own themselves. They are not doing their own thing. WWE is no longer operating itself. WWE is operating under the umbrella of TKO, and TKO is going to do whatever they want with WWE. Whatever they think is going to make money. And, of course, like I said before, TKO is in a lot of debt since buying WWE. They've made a lot of They spent a lot of money buying WWE and UFC, and while they are making money back, they're still in heavy debt. You know, they are making money, but at the same time, there's still a lot of debt there. So, I'm not a fan of where I'm just not a fan of how they're running this WWE company. How it's, I got so much to talk about. I guess the first thing I'll get into, them cutting out the middleman. And what do I mean by that? Them appealing more to an upper class audience. You know, making tickets more expensive, making streaming services more expensive, making where if you want to watch this product, you have to spend a lot of money to do it. And wrestling's always been about the middleman. It's always been about trying to make entertainment for everyone. Lower class, middle class, upper class. That was the magic with wrestling, was it was available to everybody, you know. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of money, but I was still able to watch Raw, SmackDown. We was still able to buy DVDs of WWE occasionally. I was still able to afford the network, which the network was $10 a month, and we got Raw. You could watch replays of Raw on there. You could watch replays of SmackDown. You could watch NXT. You could watch old school pay-per-views. You could watch at a big library, more big library than they did on Peacock, and they just so much. There was so much content, and it was $10 a month. And now WWE is at a point where they're asking people to pay $40 plus tax a month for probably just a library of pay-per-views and to watch new pay-per-views. It's disgraceful. It's terrible, and I can't believe they're doing that. And it just is it was just the catalyst that made me decide that I kind of want to move on from WWE. And you know, in a way they're doing it to me. They're forcing my hand, because I am not going to pay them for Netflix. And this is what they're expecting me to pay. Cable, Netflix. They're wanting to have people pay for this ESPN app and spend all this money when they are not putting effort into their show. Now, if the show was actually good, then maybe I could be like, okay, well, at least there's that. But there's literally no reason for me to pay for this. There's literally no reason for me to put more effort than they are and to try to watch their product, because they are so lazy that they are on autopilot mode booking this shit, and they expect you to hand them more money, pay them more money for the merch, pay them more money to go to the live events, pay them more money for this, pay them more money for that. How about you earn money? How about you earn your value? But no, since it's WWE and WWE, you know, can't be touched in their eyes, they're going to charge ridiculous amounts of money to watch this product and give you nothing interesting. The creative process in WWE is a machine. A machine of ever-turning wheels where you think somebody's getting over, then they get released. You think somebody's getting used, then they don't. We've seen it a lot recently. Jade Cargill just had it happen to her. Roman Reigns has had it happen to him. Braun Breaker has had it happen to him. Bronson Reed has had it happen to him. There was one more big example. You know, LA Knight has had it happen to him. Shinsuke Nakamura has had it happen to him. The New Day, the Street Profits. It goes on and on and on. Of just several names of talent that I can think of that, okay, you gave them something, you gave them a little bit, and then look at the Motor City Machine Guns. They came in and they won the tag team titles on their debut. And barely anybody knows who they are. Their creative process is trash right now. It's trash. There's good wrestling. That's about it from WWE right now. There's good wrestling. The talent goes out there every night and puts their hearts and souls into their matches. And So this, like I said before, this video is nothing against the talent. The talent is doing their job. They're going out there. They're having good matches. They're doing the best they can. And that's what's even more sad to me, is you have a roster full of great talent that they don't care about because they would rather bring in celebrities and musicians and influencers and all these different people rather than wrestlers, and have the wrestlers carry the wrestling business. Say what you want about the old days of WWE and F and them using, celebrities back then. The show was still about wrestling. The stars were still wrestlers. They knew how to build characters. They knew how to have a good formula for telling stories. They knew how to build stars. And somebody made a video the other day. I can't remember, because I've been watching so many videos about WWE recently. So many. But they made a good point. They said that they are concerned for the future stars of WWE, because who do you have? Who's over right now? Who's over enough to be stars in WWE and in the future and carry the company and carry the mantle? Because if you notice, all the major stars right now are older. And it's the same people that keep getting reused over and over and over again. Whether they're over or not, they're being used, and you have people sit in the back not doing anything that they could be using, that they refuse to use. Triple H has lied so much. Triple H is talking out of his ass. All he's trying to do is make sure you don't turn the channel. That's literally all he's doing. I'm looking at everything he's done so far, and I'm just saying, like, okay, but, like, other than a few things, what are the highlights? There are some highlights. You want to look at stars that he built that didn't involve Vince McMahon. There haven't been many. Seth Rollins, NXT, but also came through WWE, and Vince McMahon helped him. LA Knight, Vince McMahon didn't help him. He actually was against LA Knight, but still, Vince was there when LA Knight was also on the roster. And the people that have come through, like Jade Cargill and many others who were under Triple H's control or whatever, he was their boss. He was the one that was creating their stories for them, developing their character. They got nothing. This creative process, and I'm not even just going to say it's all Triple H, because there's like a team of at least 10 people in charge of creating this shit. And you're telling me in a 3-hour show you can't give us anything interesting. The New Day is fucking a clown act now. They've ruined the Grayson Waller and Austin Theory storyline. The Grande Americano shit no one likes. No one cares about Jade Cargill. Their style, WWE's style of how they do things, is starting to age. And it's starting to get old, and people are starting to predict it, including me. And it gets to the point to where if I'm able to point out what's going on, and I'm able to pretty much predict what's happening, that's bad. And there's just no excitement anymore. It doesn't have any excitement factor. They give you no reason to care about these characters. They fucked up NXT. They fucked up Evolve. They obviously just don't care. And I know it's the blame game right now. It's TKO, it's Triple H, it's WWE bad booking, it's this, it's that. It's all these fucking people who can't work together to create halfway decent content. And I'm not talking Shakespeare writing and phenomenal acting and the best and the best. No. I'm talking about fun. I'm talking about fun, quality entertainment. Decent entertainment. And they can't even do that right now. All their storylines, you hear these people in the arena who don't give a fuck. Sometimes, yes, obviously you're going to have people cheering. But for the most part, when these promos are being done, and the promos lately have been horrible because they're over-scripted, You have people cutting promos and there's no reaction. You have Bayley coming back to SummerSlam with no reaction. And even though, yes, the wrestling has been good lately, because of how much pressure they are to stay on script, there have been a lot of botches too. I'm not usually the guy that's very, brutal on botches. I don't really care. But there have been a lot of botches, which I think what's going on is the talent is being told, hey, remember to do this in your match. Remember to do this in your match. Remember this spot and that spot. Don't forget to do those spots. And they're stressed and they go out there and they can't call spots on their own. Even though there's no reason to sit over here and censor things, censor matches, and step. There's no reason for it. Vince did it because he was a control freak. But literally now that Vince is gone, you're on Netflix, you're on pay-per-view. The only show that you have to worry about, we got to make sure this is a tight schedule, is NXT and SmackDown because it's on cable. And why is it on cable? Why do you have half your shows on cable and the other half is on streaming services? And they're not on the same streaming service. Because of money. Why? Just the same reason as why it feels like the production on the shows is cheaper. Stages get smaller. Titantrons are bland and boring. They're using AI to make music now for wrestlers. Fucking ridiculous. I don't give a fuck what TKO's money problems are. If they have money problems, then why did they buy WWE? And literally all that's going to happen is when TKO realizes this money train's stopping, they're just going to sell it to the highest bidder. The first chance they get. They're not going to waste any more money on it. They don't care about WWE. They don't care about wrestling. They don't give a fuck about that. They care about you taking your wallet out and giving them your money. They care about you spending hours watching this product that once a month passes, you're not going to remember what the fuck you watched. 2025 is over halfway over. Can you tell me anything that's happened that's of noteworthy other than, well, John Cena turned heel? All right, yeah, that was cool, but look what it led to. Nothing. It was pointless. Because now he's doesn't have a belt. He got beat clean by Cody. And he's a babyface again. What the fuck did it change? You have The Rock coming in and fucking up everything. You have Triple H fucking up shit. You have people like, Bruce Pritchard and shit. Just backstage being a dick to people, it seems. It's just like, I'm looking at this like, what happened? Because a year ago, it seemed like there were high spirits. A year ago, it seemed like they were having fun. A year ago, they were doing decent. They were doing pretty good. Which, pretty good was better than it being trash. Because, like I told you in the past, for a while there, WWE was doing very shitty. Because they had very shitty fucking storylines happening. But at least it was a show with a formula. At least you knew the yearly schedule of WWE. I could sit there and tell you, like in December, TLC. November, Survivor Series. October, Hell in a Cell. Now, I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck they want to go overseas to France and Puerto Rico and Germany and this place and that place and over here and over there because, I don't know, they feel like it and they know they're going to sell out an arena because they're exploiting these different arenas because they know they don't get as much WWE out there as they do in the U.S. So, hey, we ain't got to worry about ticket sales lower in the U.S. We'll just go over here. We'll go over to Germany. We'll go to Berlin. We'll go to Paris. We'll go to, over here and over there. It doesn't matter if it doesn't do very well in the U.S. They'll just go over to other places to make more money. That's all they care about is making money. And Vince also wanted to make money, but you know what he gave you? And again, just want to say this and put this out there. I do not like Vince McMahon as a person. I'm not a fan of him as a person. He's done horrible things. But we got to admit, we got to look at and compare the creative processes and the products. And even during the shittiest years that Vince was in there, it still was a show with characters, with a format that you could follow. It still felt like, they had some kind of process. They had some kind of schedule. Now it's like, I don't fucking know what's going on. Then everything, Royal Rumble wasn't enough for you to get a shot at WrestleMania. Now we got to have Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber to get spots at Mania, which becomes predictable. And then we got to have at Crown Jewel, King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. You win those, you get a shot at the title. I like that, but at the same time, it feels like the Queen and the King of the Ring is pointless because you win it, then we don't see the crown again. You win it and you see it once and then it's gone. Like here lately, these past couple years, the King and Queen of the Ring has been garbage. It's been useless. It's been done to say, okay, well, I guess you're King of the Ring, so good job. All right, on to the next thing. That's all they care about is it's on to the next thing. It's on to the next program. And the crossover shit, I'm just not looking forward to. I feel like they're exploiting AAA. They're exploiting TNA. And they just don't give a fuck. All this shady shit happening. Triple H, and I don't want to get into politics here. That's not what I'm trying to do. But Triple H and WWE making a big deal of him being at the White House. And apparently Michael Cole said, "Make America Great Again." I'm like, what the fuck? This is WWE. Why are we bringing politics into WWE? What the fuck? And then you got the Saudi Arabia shit. And I'm hearing that Saudi Arabia, first of all, the Royal Rumble next year that you're going to pay for, that you got to wake up, and you got to wake up at fucking whatever, 8 a.m. to watch, that they're expecting you to pay more money for, and you got to wake up earlier for. They're going to be having all these shows in Saudi, and then maybe in a couple years, a WrestleMania at Saudi. What the fuck is up with all this Saudi shit? It's fucking annoying. It's stupid. And there's just a lot of politicking going on. It's real, just nasty waters, man. It's just a creative process in a company, or companies, whatever, run by corrupt people. Corrupt people that want to be billionaires, that want to stay billionaires. And I know it's always been about making money, but you got to at least give a product. You got to give entertainment. You got to do something. But no, you got Triple H over here saying, if you don't like it, then fuck off. The internet fans are the reason why things aren't fun anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Giving bullshit excuses of why the product sucks ass. And why the company is shady as fuck. And why it's over here getting like weirdly political, and people, billionaires stepping up and making weird decisions and bringing in The Rock because, ticket sales are low. So then why didn't you bring in The Rock for Night of Champions? You brought in The Rock for Elimination Chamber, which had a higher view rate than Night of Champions did. But you didn't bring in The Rock there. I just don't understand it. And I'm tired of putting the fucking effort into a company that doesn't give a damn about wrestling, doesn't give a damn about this fucking entertainment, or the sport, or the art of it. Doesn't give a shit about any of that. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about the fans watching, other than, did you buy a ticket? Did you pay your $9,000 for your front row seat? You did? Alright, selfie. Cool. Hey, thank you for paying $9,000 and going into debt, and going to WrestleMania and going into debt because you had to get a hotel room and get a two nights of tickets and good seats, and you wanted to have a decent view, so now you're in debt. Thank you. Fuck that. And they're over here saying, I'm saying that they want people to pay all this money for that fucking streaming service. I'm not paying that fucking price they want. So, I'll just step away. I will step away. December will be my last month watching WWE full time, unless I can find a halfway decent way to watch it alternatively. But I highly doubt I can. because they're probably going to have a fucking tight grip on, how the product is shown. So I just feel like, why should I put in all this work, all this effort, all this time when they don't care? They don't care about telling stories right now. They don't. It's all about how many companies can we buy, how many shirts can we sell, how much merchandise is making. Let's just use AI on music. Fuck it. We don't want to spend money on that. Our shirts look like somebody took AI and just generated a random image, or Photoshop somebody's face on a shirt because we're fucking lazy. And let's have matches be censored and no blood, even though you're on Netflix, but you won't have blood because you're afraid to lose advertisers because y'all are in fucking debt. That's what it comes down to. If everybody wants to know why is all this stuff happening, because TKO is in fucking debt and they are trying their best to make money right now. And that's why they're having, instead of 1 pay-per-view a month, it's 3. That's why they're requiring you to watch all these different shows on all these different areas, all these different ways, cable, streaming, whatever. And the thing is, why should I put in all this effort when they clearly don't want to put effort in themselves? And they're just being corrupt. The way they treat talent is terrible. Karrion Kross and Austin Theory are probably going to get fired soon. I wouldn't be surprised. And for what? These were guys that had potential. These were guys that were, at one point or another, really over with the crowd and doing big things and could be big stars. No. We're just going to hire in more celebrities. We're just going to go and hire Jelly Roll to be a wrestler, which I don't think will happen, but that'd be hilarious if it did. If it was just, oh, Jelly Roll, you had a decent match, here's a contract, welcome. I just don't see a fucking point. These shows are boring, they suck. I'm watching SummerSlam, I still gotta finish this fucking show, and I've watched the main event of night 2, and it was terrible. I hated the match. I watched night 1, it was meh. Most of the matches I didn't care for. They were boring, they had no build, they had no story, they had no reason. SummerSlam felt like a big advertisement again, and I'm like, this is not the summer. Remember the excitement, y'all? Remember the summer extravaganza? Remember how cool the logos looked and the set design, and remember all the build we would get to SummerSlam? No, it was none of that. It was empty fucking matches with no stories. Boring show. Night 1 was okay. That's me being generous and being nice. It's okay. Same as all the other fucking shows this year. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. It's alright. How many fucking times am I gonna say that? And I'm talking about WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, big fucking shows that should be halfway decent, or should be good at least. I'm going, it's okay. It's alright. It was decent. It was okay. I wasn't really into that one. Like, these shows, the quality is dropping fucking rapidly. And there's no reason for me to keep watching this, and they are forcing me to step away. So I will go watch OVW, which I've been trying to do, but I haven't had time to, because I spent all my fucking time on WWE. I'll go watch MLW, which is another wrestling company that I've been wanting to watch. I might even go watch NWA and go support those companies, because they actually care about wrestling. I don't have to see fucking ads every fucking where. I don't have to be treated like a fucking idiot or a fucking dumbass or a fucking child. I've been talked to by fucking executives about fucking numbers and shit, and how, oh, tonight we did amazing numbers. We sold out this and that. All right, cool. Why are you telling the people that? I mean, it's cool once in a while if you want to be like, hey, cool, WrestleMania sold out. Awesome. But for every fucking show, they gotta be like, well, guys, we did this and that, and we had number 1 trending, and da-da-da. And it's like, Then you go look at the numbers and they lied. It's not even true. So, yeah, man, as you can tell, I'm very upset. I'm upset because I had so much hope for WWE, man. I tried. I've been watching shows this year. I've been watching pay-per-views. I've been trying to keep up with the news. And I still will try to. I will try to keep up with, like, trying to know what's going on in WWE. But as far as trying to watch SmackDown, Raw, pay-per-views, watching WWE full-time, December is my last month. December, because I'm not paying that fucking price tag. Like I said, unless I can find another way to watch it. But other than that, I'm not fucking paying them any more money. They were already charging so much money, they want you to pay more now? Hey guys, we know our product fucking sucks. How about you pay us more money, maybe it'll get better. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck all the nostalgia. Fuck having to lie to these fans to keep them holding on so that hopefully maybe one day something good might happen. Fuck that. I'll go support other companies that need it more. That need money more, that need to have the fan support more. Because WWE is a fucking cash machine right now. And they're making a lot of money. They have plenty of people. Me leaving will change nothing. People will stay and continue to torture themselves because they think, oh, it's WWE. No, it's not. It says WWE. It appears to be WWE. There's Raw and SmackDown like we used to see. John Cena and Brock Lesnar and, you know, Cody Rhodes, guys that were on WWE before, are there, and it's called WWE, but it's TKO. TKO is above it. TKO, you know, WWE will always be here. TKO will be up here. That's the way it is. That's why it won't change. That's why in the future, whenever it happens, TKO will sell WWE, most likely to Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, I do blame Vince McMahon too, because Vince McMahon is a terrible person and went and did all this horrible shit, and then when he finally got caught and people were about to throw him in fucking jail, oh, I gotta go sell my company to the first bidder because he was a bitch. Fuck Vince McMahon. Again, like, I could appreciate what Vince did for the business and him creating storylines and characters and moments, but as a person, fuck that guy. He's done horrible things. He's ruined lives. And quite frankly, he might have ruined wrestling the moment that he signed this company over at TKO. Because what did TKO say in the beginning? TKO, I remember in the fucking interview they did, we are going to stay out of creative processes. WWE is going to be its own thing. We're just going to be the company to try and help it. No. As soon as the company started making a little bit less money, TKO stepped in and was like, well, let's make some changes, y'all. They fucking lied. Just like they're going to fucking lie. Oh, we're not going to buy TNA. We're going to make a deal with them. We're going to help them. We promise. Lies. Fucking lies, man. But yeah. So, if you're going to stick around and watch WWE, commend you. Commend you. I hope you have fun. I hope things get better, but yikes, my guy. Yikes. I've been a fan for so long. I cannot believe WWE is basically forcing me to go watch something else. Because they're greedy. Because TKO is a bunch of greedy bastards, billionaires that want to stay billionaires, and they want to use WWE as a vehicle to make money for them because they're struggling. Even though they're supposed to be this big deal company that's making all this money, you're telling me you have seen WWE and you're still in debt. It's fucking pathetic, man, and it's sad because of how much history is there. I mean, WWE's been around since the 60s, the 50s, technically. There's so much history. There's so much you can go back and learn about with WWE. There's so much. Thank God I have my DVDs. Thank God. Thank God, because those, I don't have to worry about them disappearing because of rights issues. I don't have to worry about them being censored by YouTube or Peacock or Netflix. They're all there. The only time that you got to worry about censorship is like the music occasionally. And some of those DVDs were like right after the WWF lawsuit. So sometimes if there's a WWF logo, it has to be blurred. Other than that, it's all there. And good luck finding WWE DVDs. Good luck saying that 1,000 times. But good luck finding WWE DVDs after a while. Because eventually they're all going to sell out. And they're all going to be gone. And you're going to be left with this fucking censored, horrendously boring product that is just soulless and empty. Has nothing to offer. And it's run by corrupt people who are just doing really fucking shady, weird, bad things and are doing, are just, I don't know, just maybe they're bad people. I don't know. They're just doing weird things. A lot of just fucking weird decision making. Them firing people, crushing their dreams because they wanted to bring back somebody who they're not even going to use. So yeah, I just think as soon as WWE makes that move to ESPN, WWE is going to change. And it's going to keep changing. ESPN is the first move and the first big change. But guarantee it that they will be, that it won't be ending there. That there will be more to come. I got a feeling, man. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, it's sad. But I wanted to get on here and give my thoughts on it. I think it's bullshit. I think it's terrible that they want to sit there and ask people for more money. They have the balls to ask people for more money after giving them a fucking SummerSlam where Brock Lesnar came back, who has allegations against him and a case that's still going, a fucking human trafficking case, sex trafficking, and you bring back Brock Lesnar, who has that happening. I don't have any fucking respect for that. That's fucking terrible. Amongst all the other wrong things they're doing, amongst all the other fucking bullshit, it's just enough to where I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna go watch some other shows. There's other wrestling out there. It isn't just WWE. There are alternatives. I'll go watch those. Because they're fun. They have characters. They have writing. Wrestling with logic. I'll go watch that. Like I said, good luck to anybody that watches this fucking shit in the future. Because I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Good luck. Good luck caring about a character. Good luck caring about a storyline. Good luck with all that. Because I highly doubt it'll change anytime soon. And I hope it gets better. Maybe one day down the road I can come back. Maybe one day I can come back to WWE when it's better. When they have better storylines, they have better characters, when they have better things happening. Maybe. Never say never. Maybe that'll happen one day. You never know. But as of right now, fuck this bullshit. I'm out. Anyways, y'all, let me know your guys' thoughts on what's going on in the comments below. How do you feel about it? Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Take care. Have a good night. And your boy Nate is out of here. Peace.